Armenaros here with Cryptocurrent to bring you some brand new exclusive YouTube content where every Wednesday from here on out, I will be breaking down some of the hottest topics in cryptocurrency, whether that's concepts behind how your favorite blockchain applications work, whether that's what is this coin, or whether it's about the people and the projects behind those coins. I'm going to be breaking it down and explaining it to you so you can stay cryptocurrent. But before we get into today's episode, I do want to remind you, you can check out our podcast, Cryptocurrent, on all streaming platforms, whether you listen on Apple Music, Spotify, or you like to watch the video, which is available on our YouTube channel. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. So, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, Litecoin, Tezos. 5 of the top 30 coins. And they're not the only ones in the top 30. But do y'all know what they have in common? Well, it's smart contracts. But what exactly are smart contracts? Why are they so important? And why do people talk about them all the time? You may have heard recently, but Cardano just had their Alonzo hard fork, which enabled smart contracts on the blockchain. But why is this such a big deal? And why is this going to be a big deal going forward for a lot of transactional projects? Well, before we get into their importance, what actually are they? The term smart contracts is relatively new. It was first coined about 20 years ago by Nick Szabo, a University of Washington computer science student. But put simply, smart contracts are simply programs stored on a blockchain that run when predetermined conditions are met. They're most commonly used with transactions or agreements so that every party can know the outcome without having to rely on a third party or an intermediary. Think about if you want to send someone money, you no longer need to rely on wire transfers, banks, or a banker. And typically this is used for workflow and process automation. But what are some of the benefits and why are smart contracts used so frequently on the blockchain? Well, first and foremost, they're fast. Not only that, they're incredibly efficient, but they're also accurate. When you set a price and you want to buy something on the blockchain, typically you're getting it at that exact price, and you're getting it in a matter of seconds, if not faster. But what else is important about them? Well, you can trust them because they're so transparent, right? The great thing about blockchain is that all the information that travels along that blockchain that is involved within the project or program is also stored on that blockchain. So anybody can go in and see it. They can see what is required to initiate the smart contract. They can see the outcome, and then they can see what happens after the fact. But finally, they're also secure. Because you're no longer relying on a third party like a bank to process your financial transactions, you're not relying on a seller or merchant to, buy goods. It's a lot more secure because there's a lot less room, there is no room for human error since this is just a program. What you put in is what you get out. And that's one of the great things about smart contracts. And I know all that sounds great, but why are they really important? Well, honestly, it's because they lead to a true decentralization of transactional relationships. If you want to wire someone money, you no longer need to, wait anywhere from 3 to 5 business days or maybe even longer to send money. You can just say, okay, I want to send this wallet address, this amount of crypto, and it'll happen in a matter of seconds. Maybe you're on OpenSea and you see one of your favorite projects like Decent Donuts or Dogs Unchained, and you want to buy your favorite donut or dog. Well, the way you do that is with Ethereum because they're built on the Ethereum blockchain. But to do so, it's not like you have someone in the background at OpenSea or with those projects who's going to approve those transactions. No, they run on an auction system or a buy now system where you put in the amount and then you receive that NFT once it's approved and it's gone through the blockchain. But let's look a little back at the history. That all sounds great and all, but if you're not that used to crypto or you're just getting into it, that may sound a little confusing. So let me break it down for you. Nick Szabo's first example of a smart contract was actually vending machines. You see, vending machines are a perfect example and is about as simple as it gets. You put in $1, you enter the code, and then you get your snack out of the vending machine, which is great. It's really efficient. You get what you want. You know how much you have to pay. And it's pretty quick, right? It's about a transaction in a minute. Super easy. Well, that was good, when vending machines were first created, and still now if you want a quick snack or a drink. But in today's very digitized world where everyone is moving incredibly fast, and if you're in the financial sector, you're looking at a lot of information moving very quickly, high speed trading, one transaction a minute's a little too slow. So let's look at Ethereum's blockchain first. They can process on average about 15 to 45 transactions per second, right? Much faster than with that traditional vending machine. Traditional financial institutions, so your banks, they process anywhere from a few hundred to a few thousand transactions per second. But just wait, because MasterCard, as in the credit card company, they can process up to 38,000 transactions per second. And their average response time is about 100 milliseconds. Insane, right? That's what makes buying groceries so easy. But here at Cryptocurrent, we believe in blockchain and crypto is the future. And that's why Solana is going to blow you away, because Solana processes 50,000 transactions per second on average. Pretty crazy, right? And that's just only now. Imagine a few years from now when we'll be seeing hundreds of thousands or maybe even millions of transactions per second. And like I said earlier, they're fast, they're transparent, and they're incredibly secure. And these three pillars that make up smart contracts are what will lead us to a true decentralized future. I hope that everyone watching really enjoyed today's video. If you did, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And don't forget to ring that bell so you know whenever we post new content, because we have new content on our YouTube channel 5 days a week. And of course, if you want to learn more, go down to the description below where you can follow us on our social media channels, as well as check out our website and any other content we have. On our website, we have links to our podcast, other social media handles, as well as our editorial content. But that's all for me today. Again, I'm Chris Cornaros, and I hope you all are staying cryptocurrent.